welcome back. Sunday. So, how many of you are actually still working versus staying at home? For me, in this area, I personally don't know anyone that's staying at home. You know, the alarm is still going to go off tomorrow morning, and I'm still going to go have the enjoyably fun day that I always have. What are we looking at? Flask number of 47. We will try not to be thrown off by the Flask saying wild turkey bourbon, because the last time I had that, I don't recall thinking it was enjoyable. Already got some of that. So it's typical, you know. I'd say it's in the typical color. Typical clingy. Oof. A lot of stuff going on there, and having a hard time. Again, that perfume like thing going on, you know. Now I wish Christine actually, you know, a little spritz of this in the morning instead of the whatever the stuff that you know, it's not the smell that's the problem. Is it I get the sensation from the other room, if the door's not shut, that I'm some kind of a gas testing zone. And then no matter when, as soon as the door's open, it's just like, doof, contaminated, you're about to die. Want to start bringing the mask with me. A sweeter smell. I am getting that oak at the background, but it's kind of the mix of all the stuff up front that's giving me some issue. I tell you, I do like the ones that have spent some time in the sherry casks. That nice sweetness that they have to them, that fruity sweetness. Yeah. Who can it be texting on my phone? Matt. Is it whiskey time yet? Well, too late, baby. Self-quarantine. So, cheers. I go with a Scotch. It's relatively smooth. I'm not gonna pass judgment on it right away, because I've noticed that my taste buds seem to like to settle in a little bit. What is wrong with this stupid thing? Oh, and my neighbor. Full on, baby. Full on whiskey time. Well, I'm going with Scotch time. I've put the phone in the send mode. Let's see, David Brown and Real Cold Burnout missed out. David said that he was at work, fully clothed. And Cobra says that he just emerged from a damn coma. VA had him on a new medication that damn near took him out of the fight on Friday. No more for me. Oh, I hate when there's new experimental stuff. At least for you, anyway. Ben N was first. Frontline was second. Lone Company was third, saying ain't bad. Matt Davis was fourth, after saying third and then shit, fourth. Poco Loco wants a blowjob. This is Joey's turn right now. Poco Loco, tonight's Brew Babe was a bit of a Marilyn Monroe look with big, whatever the hell you're calling them. Is that my great aunt was Marilyn Monroe's best friend in Oklahoma. My family has photos of Marilyn Monroe that the public has never seen. That is cool. That is cool. I agree. I agree with you, Mr. 27. Our March 2 here, I think. The Brew Babes. Thumbnail and screen. Woohoo. Satch Boogie Fan says to Harmarsh, hell yes to the thumbnail. Yeah. Yeah, that's a personal fave. You gotta keep that in the old bank. See nothing until about right there. Ooh, that time I got a little, right up front, I got a little tobacco. As David Brown was exhaling in my glass. I should just write this shit down right when I say it, otherwise, 5 seconds from now it becomes a challenge to remember for the notes before I offload to NYHAP. And don't forget, today is NYHAP's birthday, number 47. Tobacco. It's really weird, as I'm getting that strong like sweet perfume on the smell, but I'm not really getting the translation on the taste. I'm thinking this is another bigger name, possibly. It's very smooth, and depending on what you're looking for in a whiskey or a scotch, I'm not sure if that's always necessarily a plus. Jesus God. We cannot escape the wrath of Matt. Hang on, I have to open the Bat Cave door. You can just... We better get it all before he gets over here. Okay. So I'm getting that little like tobacco hit up front. Not really boozy. A little bit of a bitter. It's probably the taste version of that like perfumey thing I'm getting. Just kind of a, I don't know, I'm just, okay, it's like a bitter perfume, with an oaky finish, with like an oak, almost this kind of keeps reminding me of the white oak, kind of a white oak kick in there. So yesterday Poco was asking about stuff that maybe I haven't pulled out and showed you guys, and I mean, it's the frequency of how much you've seen it, and it would, you know, maybe Christine's stuff, you know, On Duty is the her new 365 SAS. On Duty is the baby eagle that after she shot it the first time, nobody pretty much ever saw it again. It's always been a home defense gun for her, because she doesn't want to carry it because she'd probably walk like this. It's an all steel gun, very heavy, absolutely a pleasure to shoot because of all that weight. Then there's her zombie AR, and then Project Alicia that I gave her for Christmas. Other than that, you guys have pretty much seen everything. I mean, there's just, you know, how often does it get pulled out? Because either I don't know. I mean, off the Poco Loco, off the top of my head, two of the things that don't see the outside of the safe as much as they probably should, and one of them would be because of the caliber it is, and one of them would be because of the caliber of the construction that it is. Quite a while back now, me and Johnny Watson, he really liked my Walther, the Walther with the European style release. Johnny had injured his thumb and has a nearly impossible time doing that. So I told him he could take it, even though I didn't want to do it, because it was a movie gun for me. It was it was a gun that had appeared in a movie, and I absolutely had to have it because of that. But so Johnny said that he'd get me the PPQ, and he stepped up the ante by getting the they refer to this as the Navy edition, the one with the threaded barrel. It has it actually does have adjustable sights for windage, but not elevation. And that'd be the one thing I'd probably change about them. I have the night sights that I have on the PPS, and as far as I can tell, they would go on here. But I don't use this enough that I wanted to invest in the sights. I put the Talon grips on it, and Cadillac V gave me a holster and this Viridian laser, green laser, for my XD or XDM. And when I sold the XDM to a friend of mine, I kept the holster and I kept the laser. And this is the one gun that I have that it works perfectly on. So I've just kind of left it on this guy. But this is the one I was telling you about, David. David is an anti-Tupperware gun. Well, that world is getting harder and harder to live in, but we will always have the 1911, so he's a happy camper. But, I mean, as far as, seriously, if you say you hate the Tupperware gun and compare it to a Glock, there's an awful lot of guns on the planet. I mean, I would stand here and waste the whole hour just mentioning briefly every single polymer, gun, Glockish gun. So, but I was telling David, people that know me, smile money, would shoot this and ask what it is that I have done to the trigger on this, because it's 2 pounds, 10 ounces, usually at the heaviest. If I do 3 checks, 2 pounds 10 ounces will be the biggest number. And it's just one of these things where it just goes up to the wall and then fires. There's no creep there. There's no movement. It's just up to that wall and it fires. Same trigger that's in the Q5 also. They're just fantastic, just out of the box. Just when you're out shooting, you just know you're on the wall and it's gonna go boom. And the reset is fantastic. I mean, it's just a double twitch. So, besides that, Captain Hypocrite, I know there's quite a few things in your safe that look like this. There's how many HKs do you and Bunky have? Or maybe I just need to say Bunky. Maybe she's the one with the HK taste. I'd definitely love to take that compact off your hands. The only HK we have in the collection is Christine's. I got it for her as a you know, it was supposed to be a surprise for when she got her concealed carry license, and I thought she'd carry it, but no, she just wanted it because it was a John Wick gun. And then of course the other one that's a lot of fun to shoot is the Glen Power. Now I know a few of you, I carry one, have some mixed feelings about this because he said something about, did you say you cracked the frame? Which that was actually kind of weird, but this is a, you know, I'll be 100% honest when I say it. This is kind of a love-hate gun for me. I'll start with the hates. The trigger sucks. The trigger has a huge reach on it. It's just, in single action, not bad at all. In single action, it's right there. Still, you know, up against the wall. A little bit of just a hair of creep. And the reset is typical. I would say typical. But on the double action, it just seems like, I mean, just look at the difference on where the trigger is on single action versus where the trigger is on double action, and it's like it's all trigger the whole way. It's like, oh yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'm gonna kick your ass. Oh, I got it, and it's like a Stanley stapler all the way. That's why I hate the trigger in it. Sights, see, using them, they're not bad. Aesthetically, I think they look. I don't like the rear. I don't like the way the rear sight looks. Kind of reminds me of a whittle version of the Desert Eagle. But when it comes to shooting this thing, I like the ergonomics. It's the frame feels like those hockey skates where they put them in the heater and then they tape up your feet and you put them on, you tie them tight and walk around and your feet forms to it. It does have a grip that feels like it's molded to your hand. Now, no, but it feels completely different in double action. You put it in single action, it feels pretty small. Double action, it just gets back to feeling chunky and big.
Yeah, a big smile on your face.
I had my penis in my hand and then a gun, so overall it's a nice combination.
Howdy, boys.
If you're gonna be here, you're gonna review it.
What's the fucking about time?
Flask 47.
Oh, looks like you already rated it at 8, 10, and 9, or what? No, that's 46.
Yeah, it's like the halfway test. If you get past the smell, you got her licked.
Told you my grandpa's cheese story, right?
Cheese?
Yeah.
I think so.
We went fishing. They had some nasty cheese, him and his buddy. I took one sniff and it was like, oh God, I can't eat that. I don't know how the heck you guys can. He's like, if you can eat this cheese, you can eat anything. And he was referring to a lady. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake. I couldn't believe, that was the first time I ever heard my grandpa say anything dirty to me. Has a little bite on the end, but not too bad. Real smooth while it was in my mouth, you know, washing it around.
Number 47. Scotch is my guess. I'm getting like a light tobacco note at the start. Not like you just chewed on a cigarette, almost like someone went and then puffed a little bit into the taste. A slight, almost a bitter perfume, but it's not, I don't know how to explain it. It's a bitter perfume, but it's not
bitter in the taste.
It's not obnoxious. You smell it more than you taste it.
Fuck, did she get the coronavirus?
Yep. No, I'm not being funny. We already have a case at an employee of Essentia Health that already has it.
Really, in Essentia?
Yep.
Well, I know we have cases in Duluth, and they weren't saying nothing, but
Yeah, that's why, because you don't want everybody, like, you know,
panicked.
It's not the best I've ever had, but I'm gonna give it a 6.5.
Oh, I thought. Oh, that was the 46 that you marked better.
Yeah, 46 was that Macallan 12. Oof, I really liked that. I gave it an 8 or a 9, but the more I drank it, the more I liked it.
Yeah.
And I gave it an 8 and a 9, and within the hour the flask was gone. So it's
Probably should have been a 9 or 10.
yeah. You know, if I'm gonna stay to my word, but if I was to like redo it, I'd probably give it a 9.
Fair enough.
Have to wait and see what the flask, the birthday boy. Oh, that's right. That was.
Yeah, happy birthday, Phil. Today is your birthday.
It's your birthday.
Are you messaging him?
Yeah, sending. I give him my guess on what I think it is, whiskey or a scotch, and I give him my taste profile, and I give him my score.
And then he tells you what it is.
And then he tells me what it is.
Okay.
You can have whatever you want. You know, the mission is to empty the flask. Trout Slayer and I don't remember what the other
Indian Pale Ale. Whichever you prefer. I'm not picky.
Yeah, if memory serves, they weren't that different from each other.
Oh no, this is much more of an IPA. It's a wheat pale ale. So I mean, it definitely, this is not your typical IPA. It's not bad, but it's, to be honest, it's a lot more, it doesn't have that funk taste. Not funk, but you know what I mean, that specific Indian pale ale taste. It's definitely masked. I'm guessing must be the wheat.
I'll do the Trout Slayer. I'll do 2 of them.
Okay.
Okay, where were we? Stormy Coyote. You should have Matt collect all of the weird foods people send you in the mail. Then one day you can set up a dark room with no light whatsoever, and you can feast while guessing what you're eating.
Turn it into a drinking game for extra fun.
Smile money. Matt and Eric in a dark room together? Question mark. Rich, Fu Master 2, I made it through another week. So your schedule is definitely different than mine. J-Dog is at work. Harmarsh 2. We had antiseptic wipes for the shopping carts and baskets. FYI, every self-checkout has a video camera in them. One on top and one in front of the scanner. They have your photo and banking information, as most only take debit or credit cards.
Oh, I'm only doing that shit if I'm paying cash. Good luck with my bank.
Predon says third or fourth and being wrong like usual. And participating, he gets a participation trophy for saying happy birthday to NYHAP. Thank you. Mr. 27 says he's 14th. Gunwild, I guess I'm not first today, bitches. Jelson says this video needs more cowbell and shots. Now I'm pretty sure the revolver is empty. But I think the Luga, I think that's live.
This is still, it surprises me how heavy this thing is.
No, it's not.
It's not real heavy, but I mean, it's not plastic.
I could be wrong. If that's the case, you know what you get to try? You get to find out if these new ones are the shit or not. Oh, I did open them.
Dang, man.
Party fall. Everything's empty.
I thought you were always locked and loaded. Uh-oh. What? One of your strikers...
What?
One of your strikers is gone. It's not in there either.
Oh my god, it's now officially a 7-shot. Now if it had a little...
Third time's a charm. I even saw a little fire burst out the side on that one.
Oh, I told you, if you aim at that...
I know, I watched last week.
Frickin' thing moves. Yeah, it went off. It's definitely the coolest cap gun ever. It's just
it doesn't make much noise.
It's just a damn shame that it's built too well. And I keep thinking, what? I hate to start making a mess out of it, but if I drilled like some portholes,
you think it'd be a little louder?
Maybe a little bit. That, and I keep breaking the. Right now, the bipod is simply there because it's held in right there. It cracked again here. This is actually parts. This is a part of the mag release off of my Matador Arms SKS, and then this is a part of the mag release so on an AR.
So you really just jimmy rig that thing, huh?
But you get a little carried away and go to open it, and it's like snap. It's like, son of a bitch. Okay.
Alright, I suppose.
Oh, wait. Hang on. Well, let me get the bell.
Ooh, does that mean it's beer 30?
Almost. Crazy Scotsman, Matt comes over and time goes to hell. What the fuck?
What do you mean? Did we go over our time limit?
No, that proverbial less than 2 minutes to have the first drink. But we had snacks and we were waiting for the beer to get cold, and there's a lot of extenuating circumstances.
Hey, you know what? This is Eric's show. I'm pretty sure he can run it how he wants.
Oop. Let's find out what it is. Oh, sorry, my pussy fell over. Get back up. We are drinking Glenmorangie 12.
I was going to say the Glen part sounds familiar, but Morgie, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure we can get this around here, but
It's Glenmorangie 10.
If I have it in my search, I think he sent me the 10. Oh, and I'm not doing my due diligence. I still have one where I didn't put the yeah.
Glenmorangie.
I gave that a 7 or an 8. And I actually gave this a worse score.
Now, what was the what'd you say about the last one?
Oh, it's got a price point on this too. Oh, it's not expensive. You're looking at the most.
Well, here's probably why you said this one was a sweetness. Chewing gum, vanilla oat.
I had a lot more flavors on that one.
Yeah.
This one doesn't seem like it's getting as, for something that's been spending more time getting to know each other in there. Now I like the 10 more than this one. It looks like the average score is $55 a bottle for it.
Yeah, that stuff looks familiar.
Almost positive we can get that around here. Actually, I think I just looked at this one. That's a little bit more rare one though. So I got the Scotch part right. No, surprisingly, I guess I like them younger.
I do, usually.
Brad Thomas, giant bat testicles from Wuhan. That's what he said we had yesterday.
No, I looked up what they were actually. It was just eggs and soy, as far as my research showed. My grandma was thinking they were the 1,000-year-old eggs. I'm like, no, they're not. They're not black. They're brown. That's soy sauce. Well, because no, they're supposedly making eggs over there that last like 1,000 years. But they're black. Look it up. Black eggs.
Yeah, I couldn't. See, the only way I was able to even consider eating that is I knew that it was marinated in something.
Yeah.
That's how it got like that.
Yeah.
Now, if it got like that because of a little something called thyme, no.
Those 1,000-year-old eggs, they're putting ash and some other stuff on it and in it or whatever. Yeah, ash. I'm like, just what I want to eat.
So Scott's been the saying whiskey.
Well, we're already drinking whiskey.
Yeah, we're on it.
On Sundays, you should be calling for beer.
Or every other day, because lately I have been trying to do whiskey, beer. Right now I'm down to a total of 3 days of beer review left. That's it. And then we're on full lockdown. And I have 7 whiskeys to review.
It's only good for 10 days, man.
That's it. 10 days and we got to tap out.
We better make a run to the liquor store, I tell you, real soon.
Yeah, I've been talking to quite a few people today, asking me how things are going in my area. Bill, Mr. 45 Bullet, talking to Cadillac V, Joey, a local friend that I haven't talked to in over a year. He's like, "You almost ready for the zombie apocalypse?" Like, he goes, he's pissed off. He bought himself a 9mm, and
Security ammo for it.
He went to several places and has 200 rounds. That's it. Shit, told him to go up to dead on.
I'm telling you, man. I went to Fleet Farm and they were fully stocked. I didn't want to fuck the guy's business up when he was spouting that off, but it's like, I was just at Fleet Farm 2 days ago and they had a ton of ammunition. A ton.
Well, I've noticed things have been changing very rapid around here, though.
That is true.
I did a video. I did a brew review, and I said that the toilet paper section over at Super One was completely sold out, but nobody had even touched paper towels
Yeah.
and dinner and paper napkins.
And now those are gone.
And then J-Dog was in there literally 12 hours after I made that comment. He goes, no, those are all gone now. So once they cleared one area out, but it's just like, it's that fucking stupidity. And I know Smile Money, I apologize in advance, but if it was up to me, I would be standing at the fucking door of our grocery store and I would ask to see your driver's license before I would let you in. We got fucking cocksuckers driving up here from Minneapolis and St. Paul and as far away as South Dakota to clear out our stores.
Wow. Hey, you know, you gotta give them an A for effort if they're willing to put that time and drive in.
I still would like to look on their face and I'm like, nope, you're not from Duluth or Superior or the surrounding area. You can fuck off.
Hasta luego. We don't have enough for our own selves.
Yeah, no shit. And these retards are the one that are actually producing the problem. You know, like I said, my the guy that I know, Brad Bennett, local talk show host, interviewing a large department or grocery store chain manager, and he's saying if people just acted normal, this wouldn't even be a factor.
Even if you bought like maybe 2 bags or 2 roll cases, whatever, over your normal one, I still don't think we'd be in this issue. You know, even if you bought just a little extra, but people are like outright buying as much as they can fit in their carts. It's falling out their carts. Why?
Hell, someone just posted a video. There's a husband and wife that have over capacity filled a pickup truck with toilet paper. They are buying cases and cases of toilet paper, and people are like walking out just shaking their head looking at them. I mean, at that level, you know that it's going to be beyond personal use.
Oh yeah, they're going to be selling it. They're going to mark up, sell it.
Oh yeah, Scotsman.
Well, just remember, in another month or so, we can sell each round for about $5 a piece.
I really hope it doesn't get to that point, but
actually, if it does come to that point, money's going to be irrelevant.
That's what Jim made a comment the other night. He goes, just keep one thing in mind. You have one of these, you don't need money. And it's funny because Christine just put up a video. This guy's got his... you guys can pretend you're the camera. This guy's got this camera set up, and you don't see him. You just see a pile of food on the table. He's like, I was at the grocery store, and this guy... I went in there, and there's nothing. Shelves were all cleared out. I was walking back to my car, and I saw this guy with a cart just completely stacked full of stuff. And I figured, I walked over to him, started talking to him, and I said, dude, it's like, I don't understand why people have to have so much stuff. Is it possible if you give me some of your stuff? And he goes, the guy did. Look at the stuff on the table. And then all you see is comes and he goes, he gave me some toilet paper, and he gave me some eggs. Hey, give me your fucking groceries.
Nice guy.
And the sad thing is I honestly don't see the people like me and you, like the people that we are, the quality of people we are. But what about some of these new millennial and libtards that did the panic purchasing and they're getting their hands on firearms? I mean, these are I might be narrow-minded, but these are the irresponsible people that I could really see marching into a grocery store and getting that last can of chicken noodle soup with a firearm. I don't know. I really hope it's already gotten worse than I imagined that it would, and so if we're where we are this soon, if all of a sudden people start dropping like flies from this virus, we will fully see the continued worst of our society.
Yeah, I can't believe how crazy it's just changed, period. I mean, in a matter of 2 weeks' time, fucking schools shut down, restaurants shut down, bars shut down. Shit, I can't even go out and do anything I want.
I got that. Sam and we have our family messenger group, and Sam sends a picture of her router, and it's all lit up. She goes, I can't get online. Every single light on this thing is all lit up. She goes, yes, I disconnected it from the power. I waited 30 seconds. I plugged it all back in. I don't have any internet. All the bars are closed. What the fuck? She says.
Yeah.
She goes, I can't go to Netflix and I can't go to a bar. And then like 5 minutes later, she goes, oh, it's all good. The internet's back. Because I told her, I said, if you did a full hard reset and you're not getting something, then there's some kind of glitch with the internet.
Yeah,
it's not
it'll
you.
be back up in a minute or two.
Scotsman, intro brew babe, top notch. Wade, pickled eggs are a standard snack for me being diabetic, and I usually make a couple batches a month. 3 dozen eggs, make a batch, usually jalapeno flavored. Oh, well, I might be willing to give something like that a try.
What is it?
Pickled eggs, but he uses jalapenos.
We gotta go start digging for some leaks here pretty quick. Well, another month. Not even, probably.
Smile Money's trying to say that me and you both saying we haven't had a pickled egg is
Listen, you're being rude. You're fake news.
I don't think I have.
Fake news. Stop being rude.
hard boiled. I've never had a pickled. You know, that actually they kind of gross me out. You go to like a lot of bars,
Oh yeah,
they just have a big
and they'll just fucking dig their hand right in.
yeah. It's like, oh my god.
That's the only place I've ever seen was at a bar, and I'm not gonna fucking go have a pickle that the bartender's hands have been everywhere, probably scratching his nuts too, and he's fucking digging around. And all
How
those
many do you
pickles.
want?
Yeah.
Forget that. I think at the grocery store. I don't remember where they are. Oh, they're
I guess with the pickled.
bacon, hot dogs, and they're right before you get to the freezer. Pickled eggs.
Oh yeah, because
They're in a package, like two of them in a sealed, like the things that we got or you got.
I don't think I've ever seen them. I always see them in jars if I were to see them. Of course, that's at bars again.
Well, they might, but it's not like I've ever held one in my hand and went, oh,
This thing
Should I-
is so delicious.
should I splurge and get this?
Oh my goodness! It's a pickled egg.
Wade, Brew Babe is awesome, but she needs to improve her boob to butt ratio. Smile me. See, glad you test fired that Glock to carbine unit. Now it works. Smile Money? No, not totally. I
Got a magazine issue feed.
but here, I actually watched the video.
Yeah.
There is a point where I put the 30 rounder in the pistol outside of the chassis, and I got 30 rounds. No issues at all. And I do have to admit something. Yesterday when I was inspecting this, I'm like, okay, I had 3 problems. When the first time I shot this.
Okay.
I had it was locking back on live rounds. In other words, it'd be boom, 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 and I'd find it looking just like that. I figured out what that was. That was the bent spring that got between the trigger. So literally going like this, when I pushed the trigger, you could actually watch this move because the spring was pinched in the trigger.
Okay.
Fix that. Okay, so now I'm back out I'm up at the dead on, and I was having light primer strikes when we were out originally, and I was having bad feed issues. It looked like the round was getting trapped right there at the top. Nate predicted that the spring is
just too tight.
too beefy, but this is what I found last night when I took everything apart to clean it while I was listening to Christine's show. There was 2 perfect. See, it looks different now because I've clearanced it with the Dremel tool. There was 2 perfect ramps right there in that gray plastic, and that was the exact profile to my back sights. So when
You think it just wasn't going back all the way?
I think it was going back, and it was bouncing off that and coming back forward before the round could get properly seated.
Okay.
And at first it was probably happening really bad, but it's not touching, the sight doesn't hit it at all anymore. So I don't know about the light primer strikes. I did do what you would normally do with a Glock in the event of a light primer strike. Just completely disassembled the top slide. I used contact cleaner and I completely degreased the firing pin channel and degreased the firing pin, and I assembled everything and left it dry, not an ounce of oil. So if you get oil and debris up into that channel, and I did have quite a bit of debris up in there. The debris sticks to the outside because of all the excessive oil and can possibly slow down the travel of the firing pin. So I fixed the bent spring, I clearanced the MCK, and I completely degreased, and Stephen Bush, I polished the plunger to a mirrored surface, and then I rechecked it. I'm really liking this trigger because it's like right up to that wall. So, another trip out to the range, unfortunately, Smile Money to verify, but for some weird reason, I don't know why, I never had a single fail with a stock mag, and it might have been a combination of what Nate was saying along with it hitting the top of the MCK. It might have been an excessive spring tension. If the slide was getting slowed down even more, and then the spring is pushing the round up faster than normal, you have two bad scenarios happening at the same location. Excessive speed on the input, and the slide actually could have been short stroking. So as it went back, it actually could have been getting bumped forward ahead of its normal cycle rate. But at this point in time, if I still have an issue, I'm back at the drawing board. I can't tell you what the issue is anymore. But
I can tell you.
Those make sense, though.
I can tell you that they do make sense. And if you gotta go back to the drawing board, at least you have plenty of a backup.
Well, the good news is, like I said, I was not able to get it for some weird reason. I wasn't able to get it to fail. I put four stock Glock mags through it, but I did put a 30 rounder as it being a pistol, and I didn't fail. So that all leads back to striking the top back corner, and I can't really fault MCK necessarily, because, and I don't know why, I got those sights. Those sights I got as a gift from Mark Peace from JoJo's Gunworks, and the package that they're in actually did not list the G20 as a recommended sights for it, but it listed like every other Glock. So I'm almost wondering if the dovetail is cut back a little farther on the G20. So if you got aftermarket sights for the G17, if they set that the male part of the dovetail so it moves the sight forward a hair. Basically, if the sight was a quarter of an inch forward, it would have never hit that spot. But it can't now because I removed all the plastic.
A little demo drill.
Yeah. Just
does the make real good.
I mean, it's not a structural spot. It was just, and it was weird because there's like no damage or a mark on my sights, but I probably didn't even have to clearance it anymore. It looked like you took the sights and got them red hot and pressed it in and pulled it out. It was a perfect ramp.
You did probably about 100 rounds. I mean, that's fucking knocking it back 100 times.
Well, I guess that's true. That was a scenario where I probably could have shot it to being reliable, because it was clearing that path out. But like I said, I dremeled out beyond the area where the mark was being left, and I can't really get in there to see that I'm not hitting anything. I'd literally have to take that whole top rail off and look through there. But,
Fuck, you just shoot it a couple more times. It'll leave a mark if you were to scrape. It's gonna leave a mark.
what I could easily do right now is take a black Sharpie and run it up the gray mark, and if it leaves a clean spot, then I need to take a hair more off of it. But I dug in there pretty good. I mean, I guess I'll see. I feel pretty good about where I'm at right now. EMT Rail Fan, Tallywhacker. That's like a scene right out of Porky's. What's next? Lassie?
I was laughing when you said Tallywhacker yesterday, too.
It's
It's like, shit, I haven't heard that for a long time.
Crazy Scotsman, under 5%, should be well under a minute. Anything over 10%, you have up to 2 minutes. As yes, they are more complex, and some need to sit for a minute. Well, jeez. Well, okay, so if the whiskey is
You got 10 minutes on that.
yeah. EMT Rail Fan, people calling you a lowlife for having alcohol and firearms in the same scene. You should invite Frontline Steve over and add the tobacco to really twist their nuts.
I support it.
I'm all for that. Oh, here's something with you. Smile Money. Matt had to put on his coat because Jack Daniels didn't pay for a full sponsorship.
Yep, they only got about 5 minutes of advertisement.
Oh, because you were wearing a Jack Daniels. So you weren't cold. You just had to get rid of the original sponsor.
No,
okay.
I got fucking cold. It gets cold down here quick sometimes. You gotta really fill me up with liquor quick to keep me without a jacket on down here.
I suppose I can have some beer and.
It's starting to get a little better down here. I mean, temperatures are warming up.
Oh. You know what you haven't had?
Ooh.
I want your input on this.
Cream ale, okay.
I'm not going to say anything. I will tell you, it was not in the middle of the road.
So it's going to be good or bad.
So,
well, I do usually like my coffee beers.
that's exactly what especially when it said it was a nitro. I'm like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's going to be bad.
I got the pecker movement happening.
I can tell already.
You're not. You can tell before the light even comes on in the closet that someone pooped in there.
It's giving away its scent.
Smile Money. Don't touch your face prior to using hand sanitizer while out in public. We have pictures of plastic gloves showing up on Facebook thrown on the ground in parking lots. A month ago, those same asses were banning plastic straws.
That's some funny shit right there. That's the truth.
Yeah, that is true. But then again, look at the biggest pig pen dump I've ever seen in my life. When the environmentalists went up and to the reservation to go against Enbridge for the pipeline.
Yep.
It took. I could be wrong. Smile Money would probably be able to find do the fact checking on this, but I heard it was something like 60 dump trucks or 60 garbage trucks to clean the place after those environmentalists left. And they were there, so someone went and put in I bet you Enbridge does all of their work and gets no litter on the ground, and probably treats that place so much better than these environmentalists could.
You know, it really makes me wonder sometimes. Maybe I should go and support some of these environmental things. I mean, we could just sit there, yell about a bunch of shit, bring a fucking couch and get wasted the whole time. Just throw our garbage everywhere. I mean, if they could do it, why can't we? I would say we were doing a good cause, right? Even though we really weren't. We were just going out and getting wasted being jackasses. But we were doing what was right.
Sorry, I gotta find something totally stupid to send NYHAP for his birthday.
Hey, I did get that video you were talking about with all the paper, toilet paper or whatever, and the zombie the zombie music.
Did you like that?
The fucking toilet paper was gone in literally a minute, man. A full case just gone.
And whoever put that...
The only time you see something like that is when it's like Christmas, dude. Like the newest, hottest toy of the year just come out. That's... Wow.
An old lady knocked Sam to the ground to get an Amazon Fire tablet at Best Buy like 4 or 5 years ago. Her and a friend went up there because she wanted to get one for Christine for Christmas. As she was walking up to grab it, she got hit hard enough by an older lady that she went to the ground. And Sam goes, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And this lady, because it was like the last one on the shelf, and Sam is still laying on the ground. She goes, "Hey, nut job." Behind her was like
a full
case of them. Oh my God, some of these people are...
I'd have kicked her in the shin while I was still on the ground.
It's like when my friend Joe got, he was on his motorcycle and a lady ran the red light and hit him and pushed his leg through the clutch cover. So he's laying on the ground. Obviously his leg is broken and he cannot stand up. And the woman is just sitting in the car like going into shock. And he's just like all calm. He goes, "I just kind of waved her to come over, kept my calm." And he's like, "Yeah, I was just wondering if you're not too busy, if you could call a fucking ambulance."
Some people's kids.
NYHAP says I have too much fun. I just sent him that.
What? Oh, that's the dog. Is that Otis or?
I can imagine. He's not a huge fan of birthdays. And so I did my part by letting all of you guys know that it's NYHAP's birthday. But don't
Happy birthday from us Duluthians, NYHAP. I hope your day is just magical.
He was supposed to be here in a month.
Yeah, are they going to cancel?
Everybody has.
Yeah, I figured they'd probably...
Except for Jolson. Jolson said he ain't scared.
What about us? Are we really going to allow them up
with
that shit?
Yeah, you may not be scared, fucker, but we're not letting you in the house.
Yeah, I got a tent you can pitch out in the backyard.
We'll just wave to him through the glass. Me and you are inside doing beer and whiskey shots.
Hey, we can throw them a couple cans. Used cans, of course.
Just open the door. Give it a side chuck.
Oh, no. We gotta go get one of those fucking t-shirt launchers. We can just launch everything at him with one of those. You got an air compressor, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll be good to go.
Scotsman. Scott kicked your ass in that review. He was showing you how it's done. You still didn't learn. If I drank every brew review like Scott, Mr. Holster, did the day he was standing right there where Matt is, they would all be definitely 30 minutes or less. It's like, yeah, I'm like over here showing the guys the bottle, and out the corner of my eye in the little viewer here, I see he's already finished the first one and he's reaching for the second. And that's pretty much how the whole brew review went. He was on a mission. He was well, actually that one was really close to the first diagnosis, and I think he was drinking like he didn't think he would have a chance to do it again. It was honestly right at the start of his chemo, so he knew it wasn't much after that he did not have another drink. Other than that green or beet juice, his frickin' homemade beet juice. Smile money. See, Matt has seen us destroying the planet. The boy is just so damn compromised in his thinking.
You got that one right.
Smile money. Matt, because I smoke, I have a cough that is developing, yet stopping cigarettes has not crossed his mind.
I didn't say I got a cough that's developing. Like every now and then you get done smoking, you know, you got a little, you know, just get that out. Just one little I wouldn't say it was a developing cough. Just fucking get done smoking though when you walk in a building or something, and all of a sudden, you know, it's like, you gotta get that shit clear, and people look at you like you're fucking death coming.
Okay, so the question is, do you still want to do the high-end comparison?
What do you mean?
How much whiskey do you want? It'd be two more it'd be one shot. Two half shots.
Well, I'm not here to turn shit down. I'm not no Sally Bojangles. What are you talking about? Two high ends? Cause
I was thinking about doing a comparison between the Paul John and the Octomore.
Oh, that Octomore stuff's a doozy. You better make that one a quarter shot there, eh? They're
both about the same proof level, though. That's 55.5.
This is empty. I'm ready when you are. I had to go. My son's mom got him a drafting desk for his birthday, and she says, "Well, I'm gonna try to put it together." Well, Charlie was gone with me for the weekend. Okay. So I can't get it together. I'm gonna need some help. So did it come with instructions? Yep. Well then what the fuck is wrong? I said Charlie could probably build it. He builds enough Legos. All you gotta do is look. It's got pictures. So I had to go today. I went over there and spent an hour and a half putting his desk together for him. But he's a happy little camper, let me tell you. It's actually a pretty nice little drafting desk, so he's way happy. I had to laugh. Charlie's able to help me put this desk together, but his mom can't even do it. It required 3 tools. A screwdriver, an Allen wrench, and then just a little cheap frickin' little wrench that came with it that's, you know, sized to their nuts.
Hey, I hate to sound like I'm giving her any credence, but one of the last times Christine bought something, and she said, she goes, "I don't need you. I know how to work the penis tools." She's standing there looking at the directions. She's like, "There isn't a lick of English on any of these directions."
Well, I'll be honest with you. This instruction manual, I don't think there was any English, but I don't think there was any Spanish or any other kind of language either. It was literally pictures, like a Lego book. You see hole, insert screw. You know, it had every piece labeled, every screw, every like all the hardware was listed in letters, A through like H, and then all the other stuff were labeled in numbers, like, you know, board, leg, this and that. They were all labeled in numbers. There wasn't a whole lot, and anytime you used like a bag of the hex head screws, they give you like 4, and those were specifically for that one step. The next step you go to, you're getting a whole new bag, you know, with the letters. I thought it was pretty simple.
Okay, I lied a little. They're
Yeah,
not exactly the
one's
same.
a bit stronger than the other.
55.5%
Yeah,
and 62.9%.
Well, that's still close enough. I mean, when you're getting up there like that, that's what, only a difference of...
Their Octomore. Wow, I poured more of it than I thought I had.
7.4% difference. So 7.4%, that's like having one of our typical beers. It's alright. Fuck, I'm not going to be able to drive to work tomorrow if I fucking stick around here with you any longer.
Now I only have, well, I guess I could have used another one, but
I had to mild down the other. I don't know if it was last week or the week before. Holy shit, getting to work was a struggle, dude. I woke up, tested myself. I was still blowing numbers.
Like 8 hours later?
I think it was longer than 8 hours, but yeah. Probably all that Octomore shit you're giving us. Look, 2 shots of that and you're going to be seeing it in your system 12 hours later.
Okay. I have to keep remembering. I'm gonna keep the Paul John in the Johnny Concho bracelet hand. They are.
Which one's which on mine?
I did Octomore in the Wyoming shot glass because I did the Paul John. I did the Paul John in the same shot glasses, but then I dumped that one into this one.
Yeah.
So that's the Octomore. That's the Paul John. So the Paul John and the Octomore. The Paul John is a little bit more of an amber color, a little bit of a greenish hue to the Octomore.
The Paul John actually smells pretty good. And the Octomore doesn't even really have much of a smell.
There's definitely more of that perfumey characteristic to the Paul John. Right now, this is reminding me of the Glenmorangie, if I'm getting that right.
Glenmorangie.
Except for the Paul John, it's more floral, and way at the back end, it has a nutty kind of a smell to it, like you crushed up cashews and peanuts together, and you just took a quick whiff of them. The Octomore, it has an edginess to it and much more of a smoke. But then again, well, they're both a heavily peated whiskeys. Of course, this one can officially be called Scotch because it actually comes from Scotland. Berkelady, super heavily peated. Islay single malt Scotch whiskey.
Now the Paul John, though, that's the India one. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's India, so it can't be called a Scotch.
Yes,
It's just a whiskey. Of course, you know, you go over to fucking Asia, they call everything whiskey. You get some vodka, whiskey. You get some tequila, whiskey.
What about sake?
Oh, I think that's its own thing. Do you ever have sake?
Yeah, but I've had like 2 or 3 different things that said sake, and not a single one of them tastes like the next. One of them tastes almost like soy sauce with some heat or alcohol burning to it. Mm-hmm. I've had one that was kind of sweet, almost like a wine characteristic. So I don't know. I don't know if I've ever had what. There 3 of them were all distinctly different from each other.
Very much different.
So I don't know what officially sake even is. Officially, what is sake?
Well, most people drink sake a little warm.
I mean, I know it's white rice.
Yep.
It's white wine.
I'd just say rice wine. I don't know if I'd go with the white.
No, we don't
You're
know that necessarily.
making things kind of racist there.
Yeah, what do you have against the black rice, huh?
I've never seen black rice. I've seen Indian rice.
Oh my God.
Which one are you sipping on?
The Octomore.
Yeah, I'm sort of with the Paul.
Well, I've actually had a sip of both. Now, what I can honestly say is after having a big divide between having one and having the other, in my brain I was like, they're very close. They are not close at all. But the flavor of the Paul John was really good.
Yeah, that's what I'm having right now. I like it.
And this is definitely a heavy hitter.
I was going to say it's a stronger Scotch. And it doesn't have that real bad bite to it. That's one reason why I don't like Scotches that much. The bite that gets me, I
I'm
don't
surprised though.
like. Well, I don't feel it's always the alcohol that's biting you. You know what I mean? It's like I'm fine with a little kick from the alcohol.
Hey, watch this.
It just has this gnarly.
I'm going to pinch.
Now I wish I could just like vomit on command. It'd be like popping this it.
Tickle, tickle.
See, that Octomore's got a bite from the start to finish. Whew.
I by accidentally poured more of this than I should have.
You know what though? On the tail end of that Octomore, I got a little bit of a sweetness on the end. It was way on the end after a bite.
Well, you get that nice, that nice heavy smokiness.
Oh yeah, it's smoky.
Then it does tail off with some sweetness. Wonder, Ed, would you stop falling down? It's like this in my world. This would be the one bottle I'd drop. Brook Laddie. And both of these are what they refer to as cask strength. So nobody stepped on it. Whoa, oh, shit.
Jesus.
Gee, oh my God.
Billy?
Douglas says, now I know why those old crows come to Florida in the winter. Nice shooting, sir. I'll put it this way. The MCK chassis can make you look like a god at the range. I mean,
It was
the Glock.
It was pretty cool. When you watched literally the first and the third bullet go through the same hole with maybe an exception of about eighth of an inch, like it made maybe a eighth of an inch expansion on one side of that, first hole. That's crazy.
And I don't even consider myself, I mean, I know people that have definitely some skill when it comes to shooting. And yesterday was no exception for when it comes to stupidity and going to the range for me. Hey, Christine's like, hey, I made some coffee. Oh, good, let me get my biggest cup. Are you going to go up to the range? No, I'm probably not. I might if they tell me I can go pick up the cassule. Oh. So I get a bug at my ass and I call. Exactly how long do I have to wait? I was there on Wednesday, for Christ's sakes. Mm-hmm. This is America.
This is America.
And she blurted out something about the Brady law, and I'm like, oh, I don't know why you are even saying that. There is nothing. So she goes, I'll call you back. She goes, well, I checked the computer and it said proceed. So
damn right.
So you can come up and get it. And then, of course, I wasn't worried because Nate was on it, but Nate's like going, yeah, his paperwork and the gun are back in the vault. This guy goes back. I've never seen this guy before. This guy goes back, and he literally, it was like 10 minutes. And he comes back out, he goes, what was the name on that again? Bomey?
Fucking smoking in the back, I think.
So then the girl...
it took a long time.
I was like, what the fuck? Boy, that's impressive if your vault's that big. So, and Nate finally went, walked right back and then came out carrying the damn the thing. But yeah, it was that was another example of I always seem to go to the range after drinking a half a pot or more of coffee, and it drastically makes my stomach a little anxious and it makes me jittery.
Your shooting made you look like a superstar. I mean, think about me. I took 3 shots. I went for that bottom left crow. That was the only one I hit, and that was when it was up about 15 feet away.
You were
My laser's pretty low.
no idea where the laser is.
Yeah, my laser's pretty low.
I have a scene. My video is up from my review of that trigger and us at the range. I have that green laser set for inside the house distances.
Yeah, that looked way off when you were aiming that thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit, that thing's crazy.
If you turn the laser on right now and turn the red on and aim at the yellow pole, the one that Joey trips over at the bottom of the stairs, they're right on top of each other. But now if you even move to the shelf, the separation starts getting stupid. So when we were out there, when I was hitting right here, that dot was like right there.
Well, and see, I don't really care because I know, like, side to side wise, it's pretty on. You know what I mean? And I think that's going to be with any red dot. I mean, it's got to be a very relatively specific site if you're going to be using your dot, because with that distance, it's going to make a big difference.
Well, I'll tell you on there, the honest reason that I have that laser on there, and I'd like to really I wish I could get it closer to the gun and not have it sticking out so far as a wedge, but I look at a laser on a firearm not for me. I use it for the port.
You see it on your chest.
If you go if I right now and you walk through my door and I put a green dot on you and went, pal, that's where the fucking hole's gonna form if you don't.
Oh, I get it. That's definitely how I feel.
Cadillac V.
You got a green dot on you. You're probably going to comply. Either that or you're going to pull your own gun and try to shoot. But if they start going for anything, there goes the hole.
So, I mean, right or wrong, my thoughts on a laser, that's there to make a statement and not really an aiming tool.
So it's a ballpark. It's a ballpark.
But, yeah, you have to compromise. When you do shit like the hang it off the side there, it's literally, it's on the pole.
Well, if you got it, realistically, if you had this straightened with the barrel, you would know, no matter what distance it is, it would be on, because you wouldn't be up or down if it was straight with the barrel. The only thing you need to know is where your green dot is. It's going to be 2 inches to the left. You know what I mean?
Well,
if I'm shooting that star right there, realistically, it's going to hit just shy of that one.
If you spent enough time at the range, you'd know exactly how it's going to act.
Yep. But I mean, if you got it, because the only way you're going to get it perfect on for any given distance is that laser is going to have to go right out the barrel.
I mean,
because
I got that laser from Mr. Holster, so I was really trying to find some place to use it.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, I think it's not bad on there.
Freaking bright as hell.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's not bad on there. I like it on there. It's just lasers. I've come to terms that lasers are not as great as what I had hoped they would be.
Problem is like both of us are saying, depending on where it's mounted on the gun, drastically affects that. Like,
My sister's got one like this, and it's nice because it's relatively steady with the barrel, but it's going to be, if you put it on right, it's going to be about, what's that, 1.5 inches? It's going to be 1.5 inches low.
I have that set up for a defensive shoot. If you aim at the refrigerator and line up the 3 dots of the sight, the laser will be hovering right at the center dot. Mm-hmm. But if you move front or back,
it's gonna start. Yep.
Yeah, it honestly just comes down to, hey pal, that's your heart right there. Let's diffuse the situation. So I see a laser more for trying to diffuse a situation and not have to use lethal force. It was pretty cool at the range though, because there was so much smoke in the air. You can actually see the.
Oh my gosh! Listen to this guy.
Shoot in the dark. That's a pretty damn bright. I tell you right now, if you're thinking about buying a laser for anything for firearm related, I know they're more expensive, but definitely go for the green.
Well, the one I got, dude, that hasn't been on a charge for 5-6 months, and that thing's still fucking bright. Green's definitely better than red. You can see it in the day. I mean, you can see it in light.
Well, we were out in the backyard goofing off, and if I'm standing at the barbecue and I aim at my garage, I cannot see the red dot even when the garage is in a shadow.
Yep.
I can see the green even when there's sun on the garage.
And you think it would be the opposite. At least I would. You know, red would be more distinctive than green, especially under light, but it's not. That green is really bright.
Brad says Wade calls his pickle a mouse. Gillian says, here, cheers. Gillian says, in Indiana, we just go in and buy the gun we want, fill out the ATF form 4473, firearms transaction record, and leave with our firearm. That's Minnesota. Believe it or not, as libtardish as we are, right now, if I said, here, watch this, and I snap my fingers, I could drive to dead on, purchase a firearm, and come back and show it to you. But with as much chaos as going on right now, there is a chance that you, like mine, just said researching. The computer just said researching, and I guess that's just a polite way of saying held. So, EMT Railfan, we piled 4 of us in the boo-boo bus, ambulance, and drove around the drive-thru at Arby's the other day. The bus is too big to go under the drive-thru, so I kept our spot in the long line, and my peeps got out and ordered on foot. No issues, except the lady behind us was laughing her ass off.
Well, that's nice.
You probably get a little bit more leeway because we were talking about the whole bringing a semi through a drive-thru.
I'm hoping they're starting to give more leeway to people with the trucks. Like, I get it, they don't want foot traffic through the restaurants. But if you literally see a fucking 18-wheel truck out there parked in the lot, hey, I'm trying to order food, I obviously can't drive through.
If I'm at your place of business and I can't come into the facility, but you have a drive-thru, and my next stop is 740 miles up the freeway, I got news. Here's my credit card because I'm leaving with a goddamn cheeseburger.
I thought you said you weren't going to be one of those crazy fuckers.
Oh, well, we didn't. Cheeseburger is a different thing.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, I blew up.
Yeah. Steven, so, it's safe to say the trigger is doing its job in the chassis. That's good. Yeah, there's not a problem with the trigger now that I found that way fucked up spring for the slide release, but I think I have solved the problem, but unfortunately, or fortunately, means another trip to the range, which I can already say I felt the burn a little bit when I was reloading those mags.
Yeah.
That was what was that? 60, 90, 120 rounds of 10 millimeter.
I thought it was about 100 that you went through roughly.
Well, I bought a box of 50, so
yeah,
$22 for 50 rounds. But a big thank you to big thank you to Nate.
I just wanted to see if I get you.
He let us on the range for free.
I let you. I just kind of fucking walked my way in and took a couple shots. I took 3 shots.
So I had my groupies. Well, Sam was.
Yeah,
Sam probably would have let Sam fire anything full auto for free. He was like,
no, you're Eric's daughter.
Yeah. How you doing? DFC. Hi, E. Hi, Matt.
You must be E. I'm guessing I'm Matt.
Sharky, catching up. Oh, he's not on the current video. Had friends over last night and we drank beer and ate pizza. Sharky, wow, that intro babe sure was a bombshell, but I have to admit the brew babe is more my type. Oh, hi, Matt.
Hello, Sharky.
Well, I can't. Hang on, I have to. Oh, come on. See the brew babe? I like the brew babe a lot.
Yeah, but it almost looks like she's fucking showing a Peter right there.
see some space.
I see some space, but I'm saying with the white that's hanging down, it almost looks like a frickin' Peter when it's on the small picture you had posted at first.
Well, at this point in time, I'm willing to take my chances.
Yeah, I bet you are.
One way or the other, something's getting pierced.
It might just be Eric.
I have no problems with either one. What is this shit? Microsoft account problems. Every single fucking time. Eat a dick, Microsoft. Sharky again. Oh my fucking god. Matt missed out on the first Doom. What? Were we talking about Doom?
I don't know, what Doom?
I don't know if it's the video game or...
Well, because I was around for the video game.
Fuck me, that game was great back in the day, but I still remember the first Wolfenstein. That was groundbreaking.
Oh, I played both of those. The first Doom was on computer, as far as I know.
In Doom, remember when he'd like walk into the bathroom and look in the mirror, and he'd go, "Damn, I look good." I used to love playing Doom. It was just like that Visine shots and some
fucking burning your eyes.
It's like, I'm gonna beat this fucker this time. Oh, damn it!
I remember a few of those games. Was it Doom that had the railgun? There was another. So. Maybe it was called Quake. I think it was called Quake. There was another game that was just like Doom. You know, when you were shooting aliens or whatever. But you had this railgun, and that shit was just sick.
See all this paper that's being wasted today?
No, you can still wipe your ass with it.
A little alcohol burn.
Make you extra clean.
Use the alcohol spot first, honey. Oh, I forgot to mention, I did have snacks if you're in need.
Do I look like I'm really in need?
Not even open yet. What sucks? The only thing that sucks about this is that they don't give you the
sealer. Yep.
Dots does.
Your dots are empty, though, ain't they?
Yeah.
Pretty fucking close. Are those the ones you just didn't care about, or? Hey, there you go. We're using plastic.
Here's how to save $2 when you buy dots. Buy them from me.
Again, there's something wrong with you, right? But, you know, that might be the reason why I like hanging out with you.
Okay. Officially, one last comment, then we go to the Two-Hearted Ale Club.
Shit.
From the sunny slopes of... Was that 4 seconds? You're the one that told me that due to the coronavirus, the 5-second rule has been reached. Uh-huh.
I just play it safe. I toss it.
I'd still eat it.
It's your floor, it's not mine. I don't know what's been on there.
Sharky, shit thing is COVID-19 has about the same lethality as the Spanish flu, which is about 20 times higher than the regular seasonal flu. Russians' numbers are skewed because they simply stopped testing and reporting the numbers. Same with Sweden. This shit virus attacks the lungs and heart, so it's feisty. This is why it's the older generation, and I'd like to think that I'm not quite there yet, but the older generation, especially if you're having any issues, like, for instance, my buddy Greg, who just got back from Florida, one of the people that was in the house where he was staying had just gotten over pneumonia. Now, if she gets exposed to this, she's going to have a hell of a lot bigger fight than, me and Matt would go through. Again, I've constantly said, I don't underplay it. You know, need to do everything you can, but it's just like, good fucking God, you know?
Well, it's a serious thing, but like I said from the start, I think I'm more worried about how people are responding to the situation than the actual virus itself.
A lot of people think this is like a government test, and a lot of people are telling me about what's running out in their areas, and it's getting concerning.
Yep.
The stupidity factor is the scariest thing. I mean, if you have the financial means and you want to waste all of your money and go clear out a grocery store of meat and, you know, and eggs and milk and toilet paper and all that shit, you know, that's one thing. It's those people that I would appeal to say, listen, everything that you are purchasing that you don't have to have, you're hurting somebody else.
Yeah, but you know what? They don't give a shit. That's just like the fucking rich and poor, though. You see all the rich with all the money, fucking, they got boats, yachts, they got more money than they can even spend yet. They know there are people every day that live with nothing to eat. Do you think they care? No. Why is that? Because it's not them.
Yeah, I bet you Tom Hanks and his wife aren't going to run out of toilet paper.
What?
Just saying.
Oh my God. Sometimes, Eric, sometimes.
Really? It's been an hour and a half? Who cares? Hey, the second hour is free.
Hey, I just realized it wasn't me.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't me. I came here late.
First in is stripped upper. All this whole talk. And no, that's not what she said, jokes. Is this bizarro in this bizarro world? Stripped upper. Just verifying something. What? It wasn't subbed to you? You need to do videos. Gunwild. Cheers, bitches, and remember to sanitize your hands after gassing up or touching yourself.
Fuck, I know I'm clean.
Crazy Scotsman. Whiskey.
Damn. I'm getting pretty fucking hefty on the whiskey.
No, I'm not gonna slam a shot of this. I'm sorry, Scotsman. Okay, fine. Oh, that's right. I already have an official receptacle.
Your wife don't sound too good up there.
No, she's not going to work tomorrow. Considering she works at a fucking hospital and her office is just down the hallway from infectious disease.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that'd be good. Of course, she's been planning her death all day.
Is she?
Well, actually, yesterday. So when I walked downstairs this morning, because she got up before me, because I was tired, and I attempted to go to bed, and then the next thing you know, I'm 4 Star Trek episodes into the evening, and it's almost 4 o'clock in the morning. And I get up and I come downstairs and she's on the couch and I go, oh, it's good to see that you're still alive. She's like, well, if anything happens to me, you know where everything is in the safe and all of my passwords are on my phone. I was like, would you please just knock it off? Scotsman? Asshole.
I can't wait till he comes up here. I'm just
Yes.
gonna fucking keep on calling out fucking whiskey, and just see how fucked up we can get him. Pay him back for all the whiskeys he sent us.
Now, a few of the guys, Scotsman is one of them, says that he does not call out a whiskey if he's
Unless
not willing to do it
one with
himself.
I get it. I'm just gonna call it a lot of fucking whiskeys next time he's here. I'll have to make sure I don't drink all day, just so I can wait till he's already half in a bag and start calling out whiskeys.
Here. Don't you remember from the last time he was here?
No, he's up later than everybody else.
He gets much more dangerous as he gets drunk because the common sense button gets removed. It's like totally sober at 8 o'clock in the morning. Hey, let's do some whiskey. Well, I suppose if you want to. 10 hours later, yeah, whoo! Let's fucking drink the bottle. Yeah. Joey was walking around holding his pants up so he didn't get fucked.
Jesus.
Two left to go. The birthday boy himself says whiskey.
And a Chinese chicken thigh. Oh, okay. So that's what the hell it was. I thought it was a chicken leg. Or cat leg.
You still want it?
Fuck no. That thing was seriously straight up like, what would you say, rubber? With like a hot little zing to it. Like it wasn't hot, but I mean, you could tell it was flavored with something that it tried to make it hot. It still tasted like rubber. I thought I would choke on it if I even tried to eat anymore, because it was fucking rubber, dude. It was 100% rubber.
It was like you were eating the weather strip seal of a garage door. I mean,
that's a very good way to put it.
That I don't know if it's warm when that heat shrink happens, but every wrinkle of the plastic was permanently into the chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, whiskey. Are you kidding me?
Who said it? Oh, not. Hey, we could do a whiskey with him. You better get him on the phone and tell him to do a shot with us. It's his birthday and all.
I actually think he's working.
Oh, really?
Today he is Tugboat Tony. He made a comment about, well, like I said, he doesn't really do the whole birthday thing. And he was pretty sure he's probably somewhere in the river right now as we speak. Oh, NYHAP.
As long as he's on the river and not in the river, we'll be all right. Now hold on. I know I helped you with maybe a shot or two of that, but you really gave that low reviews for finishing the whole thing off today.
Hey, wait, no. Let's not go too far on that. I did give it a... Hang on. I gave it a 6.5.
A 6.5 for finishing the bottle.
Well, this is a $55 bottle of scotch, and this one is a $300 bottle, and it got an even 10. This one got a 9, and it's $70, so that's like right.
Whatever you gotta tell yourself to justify, I don't believe it.
Well, if you go off of what you just ripped on me for, I actually need to lower the score on this, because I would never buy this when for $15 more I can have that.
No, you're right. That Paul John was good. I liked a lot more of that. That Octomore, you know what? Yeah, I like it if you want to get drunk, but I'd rather just get Booker's. It's way cheaper and it's the same alcohol content. That stuff did not taste good to me. It's truly going to get you messed up very fast. I'll give it that. But I didn't think it was the greatest. I'd rather have Booker's any day of the week. Of course, again, sorry to those who are the whiskey fans. I'm more of a bourbon guy. But I've been having to suck it up. I've been doing some whiskeys with you. All kinds. And when I go to the store lately, if you haven't noticed, I've been trying to get the whiskey, the scotch. The scotch, not the bourbons. I know that's what you like. Next time, though, I really think I'm going to have to get the bourbon. I've seen some new ones from like Maker's Mark or Knob Creek. stuff like that. They're still all Knob Creek Maker's Mark, but they're, you know, single batches or whatever. They're specialty batches. I haven't really tried any of those. I don't divulge too much. I know I like Maker's Mark. I know I like Knob Creek. Those are usually my two typical go-tos, even though that's pretty standard for everyone, I would think, that likes bourbon, but... I suppose Jack Daniels is bourbon too, but that's just...
Wow.
That's just cheap bar stuff.
I'm working alone tomorrow.
Why is that? You're,
Greg has been running a fever of 103, and he's like, I hope I didn't give it to you on Friday.
The fuck? Oh.
And then I think back, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, Christine isn't going to be going to work tomorrow. She already called in.
The more I'm looking at you, the more I'm wondering, why did I even come over here? You're still in your fucking pajamas.
Hey, I actually feel pretty damn good.
Yeah. Till tomorrow. Yeah, I was going to say till tomorrow.
No, we all have to take the self-test.
What's the self-test? You gonna hold your breath or something?
If you can hold your breath for 10 seconds and you don't feel pain or cough when you let your breath go, then it's not, it for sure is not the coronavirus because it attacks your lungs.
What kind of fucking crack piping smoking bastard thought of that?
I don't know. I've seen it on the internet, but I've actually seen quite a few doctors that keep reposting the same shit, and they say the best thing that you can do to rule out that you have the flu, the cold, the whatever, versus the virus is if you can do 10 seconds and breathe without coughing.
Oh, I can hold my breath for way more than 10 seconds.
But I tried to explain this to Greg. Everybody said 10 seconds. I don't know if trying to be an overachiever is better or worse.
I'm just saying I can.
Yeah, well, so can I. You know, I constantly play that. Ever done that? You walk into the grocery store and you go, I'm going to hold my breath until I see a chick I'd like to bang. And then you pass out in the bean aisle.
The fuck is wrong with you, Eric? The bean aisle is the second aisle in.
Wow. This is a guy who would probably lose his arm in his driveway, grab it and go to work anyway, and tell you you're a pussy. He's like, stay home, it's not worth it, we'll get our Trump checks. Giving this to other people, it's nasty, never felt like this before, he says.
Well, what the hell is going on with those Trump checks? They're actually even happening?
I'll see how I feel in the morning, but if I'm okay, at this point in time, I'm going to be working completely alone. Wow, seriously? You haven't had any food since Friday? Question mark.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he hasn't been able to eat since we went to Guadalajara on Friday. Oh, he probably gave it to the whole restaurant.
That sucks.
NYHAP.
You're not going to be family anymore.
Yeah, they all got sick.
Happy birthday.
Hey, another flask bites the dust. What did you just drink?
Some more building.
Oh, it's not bad.
No. It's relatively easy to take down for all the scotch that you forced down me. Well, that's what I'm saying. I gotta go get some. I gotta go get some good bourbon whiskey, and I'm gonna force it down you.
last comment until I hit the refresh button is Smile Money. Here late, but you still made it.
Barely with 1 minute. Ooh. Fucking NYHAP.
Oh. 3, 2, no.
You know what concerns me more than you picking it up and eating that? The sounds you fucking make when you go down.
NYHAP says, actually looking at eBay, I think you're eating duck leg. I'll run it by my wife's Chinese boss. Hey, I'm okay with either one of those.
I'd rather have a duck leg than a chicken leg, to be honest.
NYHAP, party horn.
It's this one, right? I know this fucker's loud. How do I cover?
You want a headset?
I'm good. You want more? You got it. That sounds like a clown horn, not a party horn.
Oh, if you just...
I really should see if I could talk to my grandma and see if I can find the old horn. Oh, ooga.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Those were great, man.
The ooga horn. Okay. One last chest. Nope. NYHAP stands as the last comment saying party horn.
You know what? If someone else popped up, I wouldn't even fucking care. He's the last man standing.
It's his birthday.
Yep, happy birthday.
It's the birthday boy. And NYHAP, the last of the Octomore. Well, not the last of... Oh, God. Ah, it's so good.
Until next week, boys.
He told me the Octomore made... Oh.
What's that? He told you what?
He told me the Octomore made his brain hurt. It's definitely... it's definitely not for the faint of heart.
It's high caliber, that's for sure.
Okay. Well, I'll be working by myself tomorrow if I work at all. So, cheers, and, you know, I might end up having to do video chats with Matt if things really get bad. Buy the same beer, slide it under the door. Okay.
I'll just fucking roll into the yard. You can go and pick it up.
Be safe.
Later, boys.